lot of hubbub out there about Elon Musk these days. This guy either knows what he's doing or just doesn't care. And so he's just he's like a bull in a china shop. The guy's in the news every day. I got no problem with him being in the news, but he's in the news every day. So the latest salvo that he fires off on Twitter, and he's, by the way, how much of this is him just trying to get out of the deal with Twitter? So the recent thing is he fires a comment out, makes a statement about Tesla executives return to the office. And, he made some pretty, I thought it was pretty funny the way he said it because he just doesn't care. I find people that don't care to be terribly amusing. I just do. Art Linkletter, the old TV legend, once said that his two favorite types of people to interview were young people and old people. Young people because they don't know what they're saying, and old people because they don't care. You get to that certain point in your life and you just don't care. You're like, I've been here, done this. And this guy's a billionaire and he just doesn't care. He's going to say whatever he thinks. He doesn't care what you think. Well, he comes out and he says, look, if you want to fake working full-time, do it somewhere else. Well, that got him in hot water, right? And he said, everybody at Tesla's got to come back. And in a statement he made, he said, anyone who wishes to do remote work must be in the office for a minimum of 40 hours per week or leave Tesla. So he's basically going, we're not giving you remote work. You got to be in the office a minimum of 40 hours. So you got a lot of people that were like, this is promoting overwork based on what he said. Again, folks, I'm not going to weigh into what I think Elon Musk thinks. It's irresponsible, and I'm not arrogant enough to do that. I'm just going to tell you what he said. The office for a minimum of 40 hours a week. That's not promoting overwork. What he's saying is, you got to be in for 40 hours a week. It's like the old days when they punched a clock. Well, see, that hurts people's feelings now. In 2022, snowflakes and very sensitive people can get their feelings hurt at just anything. So, a lot of, this is from Forbes.com. The writer of this article is very upset. She was very offended. She says, employees today don't want just flexibility about where they work. They want flexibility around when and the trust of their managers to be assessed on the output of the job they do, even if it takes less time. Again, now I have no problem with that. But saying that this memo promotes overwork is I think that's ridiculous. I do take issue with Ms. McGregor's assertion here. Or maybe she didn't write the headline. We know editors get a hold of these headlines and they want to make you click on it. I don't think he's promoting overwork. But let's just look at where we sit today. Because I do agree with the author that there's a huge demand for flexibility, not just about in the office, but the amount of time people work. Because listen, people aren't stupid. They're not stupid. They realize that with technology, and if the pandemic proved anything, it did prove that you could be productive outside of the office, and it did prove that you could get your work done in less than 40 hours. I reported on this show probably a year ago that during the height of the pandemic, there were people that were working 2 full-time jobs remotely because the two companies didn't know about each other. Now, I'm just going to tell you, the data bore it out, but I knew when I read the headline that those weren't people working 2 40-hour jobs, working 80 hours a week. They weren't. So let's just be clear. I don't have my head in the sand. I get that. An April report from Future Forum, which is a research consortium, they did this work for Slack. And the research found that 79% of people say they want location flexibility. Now, location flexibility is, hey, I'll work in the office some, but if I want to go work at the coffee shop or Barnes & Noble or wherever, and that's been happening for some time. So this is not some big deal. Now, this is interesting. 94% of people say they want to choose the hours they work. That is significant. I've been telling you that the 4-day work week is gaining steam. I talked about it earlier this week, that the largest study ever on a 4-day work week, a 6-month study, is being initiated right now in the UK. I'm telling you, 94% of people saying, I want to choose the hours I work, meaning I just want to be measured on my output. I don't know how I feel about that, so I'm actually going to hold judgment because I do believe in culture. And I do believe in collaboration and energy that is just existent when people are in proximity to each other. Well, that can't be denied. So very interesting. All right, next story. And before I go on, leaders, I want to just do a quick call out to you. That data of 94% of people saying they want to choose the hours they work, that's not going anywhere. And like it or not, leaders, you're going to have to confront this. And the reality is, going into this conversation with your workforce and new people that might be joining you, here's what you're going to have to realize. And you know this, but you're going to have to realize it, which means put it into context of what you're going to be dealing with. The American worker, the worldwide worker, they're not stupid. They know that they can work smarter and faster than they ever have before. They want to work better, smarter, faster. So they don't get the whole 40 hours a week. It's like, what does it take to get the job done and deliver results? And I think it's a fair question.